I love resetting after every review, don't you?
I love resetting after every review. I do.
I think we should at some point watch this, not as part of the reviews, but just to watch it. It's good.
It is good. America. But yeah, no, you definitely should. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
One for tonight.
You know I hate clowns.
This one's just for you.
Ugh.
I was going for the shoulder, but then you started pulling away, so it
This
felt
clown
unnatural.
looks really scary, Corey.
You'll be fine.
Are you sure?
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go get dressed for the review tonight.
I'm gonna go get alcohol. Dude. Wow.
Now that's what I call entertainment.
Brought to you by the fine people of Wow Now Entertainment comes a family movie.
They didn't pay us for this.
No, they
We
didn't.
just love this.
This is good stuff. No, Wow Now has presented us with the greatest gem since Citizen Kane. Him.
Anyway.
It's so bad.
This is the best night of entertainment I've had in a while.
This is great. The fact that this is distributed is a modern marvel.
Yes.
This is... Corey, would you like to try and
I will explain.
the plot of
No.
him?
No.
No?
No.
No?
I will explain how I came across this.
Let's start there.
Okay, so I worked in a movie store, as we discussed last time. This came across the shelf one day. Like, we got this in the store, and I was like, huh, that's gonna... This box art looks terrible. But it'll be funny, at least. This never appears.
Not a single time. Do you know who does appear in this film? Ron Jeremy.
The clown.
Ron Jeremy doesn't show up in this film, but...
The clown that looks an awful lot like him does. So, but I was just like, huh, that looks interesting. And it's from a company I've never heard of. Wow Now Entertainment. As you can find on YouTube. It's now known as Wow Now Kids. They put this on DVD. Anyone can make it on DVD. I need you to understand.
Mass distribution. This is a wonderful, wonderful... This movie, I will attempt to explain the plot
I'll help where I can.
of him. So once upon a time, in 18 different colors, the wonderful film of him was made.
The movie opens with credits of varying sizes.
Yes, and varying temperatures along different staircases of a not this warehouse, but some warehouse.
An old house out in the woods.
Of something. Who knows exactly. Where we come across an old man. We don't know anything about this old man.
In a real house.
In a real house, yes. But we come across this old man in a real house, and the little girl shows up, and then he's running all over the place around his house chasing this little girl. Kinda.
That's hot. Little girl, where did you come from? How did you get in my house?
He's not running all over the place. He walks back and forth in his kitchen.
That's true. He's walking back and forth in his kitchen, trying to get this little girl to talk to him, but the little girl won't talk to him. We don't know why.
So she runs out of the room.
We don't know why.
He follows.
Yep.
And then there's a creepy hand on a door. And he wakes up.
Yep. And thus
The nightmares are back.
And then he turns purple and goes to work. And he goes to work. And this is where you start losing the plot rapidly. We're about 2 minutes in.
He's at work, and he talks about he's done everything that the deal requires.
Why? I did everything he asked.
Everything except the human sacrifice.
But his foreman, or whoever, I don't know who these people are, because no one is explained.
No, not a person.
His foreman, I guess, goes, "You've done everything except the human sacrifice."
Dun dun dun.
And then we jump
to
the random women with the Ouija board.
Yes. That's
there's more dialogue of creepy stuff is happening in the warehouse, but
you can't hear it.
You hear footsteps very loudly. This is coming from us. We all of our audio is mixed well. You just can't ever hear it.
That's a fair point. However,
I know. I'm the one who does it. You can blame me.
But no, it's just a mess because all you hear is footsteps everywhere.
And the children. There's no way possible I can be part of it.
So then we get to the beach.
The beach, where they find a Ouija board that's barely buried in sand at all.
It's almost like Jumanji, where we found this thing. It's clean.
Yes, clean Ouija board.
And, so let's take it home. We found this random thing on the beach. Let's take it home with us.
Yeah, and so let's play with the Ouija board.
Oh well, she's walking into her house, and then there's the phantom special effect right behind her head.
Yeah.
And then she goes into her house, and all of the cabinets are open.
Everything's open, and it's weird. And then she has a friend come over, and it's like, "Oh, we should play on the Ouija board." And she's like, "Oh no, they freaked me out. I just want to go to the beach." But they play on the Ouija board.
My sister plays this game. Ever since she played that game, we would hear weird noises, knocks, screams, footsteps. I mean, after you play this game, things are not normal again. Well, I'll try it, but you're gonna touch it first.
And then nothing happens.
And then nothing happens. Kind of.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Well, then we jump over to another random person who's trying the Charlie challenge. You'd never heard of the Charlie challenge,
No, I hadn't heard of the Charlie challenge. Are you gonna pull another movie out?
I am.
I don't need another movie. No.
Ouija 3, the Charlie challenge. That one's not happening this year.
I didn't even know there was a Ouija 3.
It's
I
not,
didn't know
it's
there
not,
was a Ouija 1.
It's not made by the same people.
Okay, got it.
But the Charlie challenge is this thing where you line two pencils up, and then it has yes or no, and you ask Charlie if he wants to play, and then the pencil moves because you breathe. It's just natural. It's what happens. It's not a ghost.
But that's not the point. Anyway, so the two people who with the Ouija board go to the beach, and they find the Ouija board
in the ocean. Ah!
How to get there? We don't know. But what do we do with it? We throw it
back into the ocean. Half-heartedly.
And then we jump forward. Oh, okay.
Then we have a preteen and his teacher.
No. We got to jump forward a year first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A year happens. And then we have a preteen in a car with his teacher on a date.
Yeah. Something like that.
It was very sweet of you to invite me to the movies. It was different. Yeah, I mean, it was cool, wasn't it, Miss Rivera?
That's enough of that. Please don't call me Miss Rivera. Call me Rosie. After all, that is my name.
We don't know what's happening. What does any of this have to do with the warehouse and the ghost and the
Ouija
deal
board?
with the demon? Nothing.
Except they park outside the warehouse.
Like, seriously, what does the Ouija board have to, like, and all of the stuff with the girls on the beach have to do with anything?
I don't know, other than, like, I think I figured it out through context the entire time.
Are they supposed to be the people who show up later?
Yeah, they're the people who show up later.
They don't look...
I know, it's terrible. I know, it's keep going.
Okay, so, we have the teacher and her teenage student in the car, but apparently they're not... Apparently he's old enough to be dating because he's out of school now.
I guess,
he looks
that's
like he's 16.
what I got in context. But yeah.
He looks 16 and she looks 45.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
And they're in a car together, and then they go to the haunted demon warehouse.
Yeah.
The devil's warehouse.
Devil warehouse, where they're attempting to, as they put it, get some action.
I tell you what, find us a nice place, somewhere in a very private area, and I'll show you what I mean by real action.
Yep.
But afterwards, like, random
Well,
policemen.
the security guard who shows up later again. The security guard's like, "Oh, this warehouse is kind of haunted. You might want to go somewhere else."
I wouldn't stay here 5 minutes. This place gives me the creeps.
What do you mean?
Stay here long enough, and you'll find out.
We can take care of ourselves.
I got this, bro.
And then, so something creepy happens, and there's a doll in the car. And then, so the guy immediately gets out of the car to investigate, leaving the girl in the car with fog.
Yeah.
She gets killed by fog.
Death by fog.
And he gets dragged underneath the door by fog.
Into the warehouse. So yeah, like, dude gets sucked underneath the door, and, like, we jump forward 2 weeks.
To a group of paranormal investigators in a student center deciding, oh, we should investigate this random person who's disappeared, who's never been found. But the random teacher, maybe,
Yeah, maybe
has been found. And she's dead by fog.
So they go to the warehouse, and they investigate.
No. The first sentence of the back of the box is, businessman fails to, like, make a deal with the devil, and warehouse becomes haunted. Second sentence is about paranormal investigators looking into that mansion, or the warehouse.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes into the film. It took us that long.
15 minutes for the warehouse, like, to become haunted.
15 minutes of
random.
Yeah, nothing.
Of people on the beach.
Ouija board. And Charlie.
Charlie, are you here?
They investigate the warehouse, and there's some dolls that move on their own.
Like, well, they get to the warehouse, and they're just like, ooh, everything's kind of creepy, and they split off.
What do you guys want to start?
Well, since this place is really huge, I say we split up, take a look around before it gets too late. We'll meet here back again in an hour, and then we'll decide what to do from there.
And each of them sees a doll. And, like, so we have Group A with a doll, and Group B finding a doll in a box.
So there's, like, a kid named Fred, if I remember right.
I don't know anyone's names.
Yeah, I think it's Fred, because no one's important in this film also. And so, like, Fred is, like, the one character that everyone around him dies. Anytime he splits off with another person, the person
Somebody dies.
with Fred dies.
And they start thinking that he's the
a
murderer. And it's hilarious.
Yeah. And
he's kind of like the main character until he dies.
He dies, which is really weird because, like, you really are not invested, but, like, that's...
To be fair, the main character, up until the paranormal investigators show up, is the old white guy.
Yeah, old white guy is the definitely old white guy is the main character.
He's the businessman who made the deal with the devil, and he's like the main character for like the first 15 minutes of the movie, and then he's never seen again.
Nope. Then after that, it's I have no idea who the main character is
because everyone's introduced and they're not given any names.
And then Fred's the main character
because people die around him.
Yep. And so obviously he's the center point of this entire thing. And so like people keep dying around him, and he keeps getting accused of killing them, even though like the dolls and the clown.
Yeah,
the...
like everything's like appearing. Like we have Group C or whatever, like going up to this random clown mannequin that looks like Minnie Mouse underneath a bed sheet.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
Like it's just this mannequin, and they're like, pull this bed sheet off.
Oh,
it's a clown mannequin.
Let me take a picture.
Man, that's all this creepy.
Larry, let's go back.
Well, I thought you said you weren't scared.
Let's just come on. Let's go back.
Well, we're gonna walk 2 feet this way so the camera can pan away, so that way the crew can move the clown.
I think literally
mannequin.
the line is, "Hey, we should go back," and like you went 10 feet.
It's been 30 seconds. We should go back, but they panned away long enough that the mannequin's out of the way, and they're like, it's gone." Who knew? That's this entire. That's all the jump scares in this movie is we panned away for 5 seconds
and then it's gone,
or like we pan away for 5 seconds, and then it's here, and then we pan away for 5 seconds, and then it's gone.
Continuing with the plot.
So then we get to my favorite group, Nerd Guy and Random Girl, because no one is in this movie is important.
Nope.
Like I call him Nerd Guy because I think he wears glasses.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, the guy who wears glasses is all like,
look at this wall with numbers on it. Yeah. Because that's this group.
They end at 13.
Huh. That's weird. Camera pans away. And then he like fumbles with his flashlight, and then he pans back over.
It only gets to the number 13. Isn't that weird?
And it's Ron Jeremy.
It's Ron Jeremy in a clown suit.
It's gold. Anyway, Cory's having a really tough time getting through this. I'm going to speed through this synopsis.
Well, the thing is, like, that moment,
Cory, we can't have
talked about.
Yeah, we will get there. We will get there. We have to explain this movie first.
After that point, does anything really matter?
No, it really doesn't.
Okay, so
talk plot.
Anyway, continuing with the plot then.
Okay.
So we get Ron Jeremy in a clown suit, and everyone's like, there's a clown. And so people split off again, and then we get Freddy, or whoever, the guy people die around.
Yeah, people keep dying around him.
Him and this girl are in a closet together.
Yep.
And then he steps outside for a moment, the door closes, and they can't get the door open. And all of a sudden, the room is full of dolls, and then the room is not filled with dolls. And then a doll kills a girl, and then there's blood splaying.
Everywhere.
Blood splatter.
And, Fred gets accused. And then we go to another one where Fred's by himself, and the girl he's with
disappears.
Gets killed. From the clown.
Freddy, what's wrong? Freddy, what is he? I can't move! What do you mean? Help me! Help me! I'm trying! Help
me! Yeah, no, it keeps going. And then, it's just murder accusation after murder accusation until, the security guard shows up. Like,
don't you know this place is haunted?
Kids, you better get out of here. There's a dead body on the floor now. This place has just become a crime scene. Oh, look, the dead body is being pulled out of the... This is exactly the dialogue.
Oh, look, the dead body is being pulled into the fog.
Am I the only one that's seeing this? It's dragging his body off into the fog. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here, guys. This isn't right. Come on, let's go.
So,
we're not even joking about tone. That's kind of how it was said in the movie.
He was the best actor in the movie, too. But no, it just went on, and, like, they just kept running with this idea until, like, Fred decides for some reason he's not going to stick around until morning.
Yep.
And kind of just, like, donates himself to the clowns.
Well, the thing is, like, the security guard goes, nothing bad happens here after morning, so... We have to, like, all they have to do is wait in this one room until morning. That's all they have to do. They're in this spot where you see the clown walk past them. He doesn't know they're in there. All they have to do is wait. It's 6 a.m.
Yep.
They wait 30 minutes, and they're fine. But nope. I gotta get out of here.
It's so ridiculous. That's the plot.
Like, literally well, not quite. We gotta talk about the very end.
Oh, yeah, about how old dude comes back?
Oh, yeah, old dude comes back.
After being off screen for the entire film, which actually kind of makes sense now in some level of retrospect.
Because he's lost everything, so he's homeless now.
Yeah, he's homeless man.
But anyway, Fred gets killed by the clown, because everyone gets killed by the clown.
Of course.
So he dies, and then, like, the girl and the security guard are like, well... We'll make a break for the door because it's 6 a.m. still.
Yep.
And so we'll make a break for the door. And once the door's open, we'll get outside and we're fine. And so then, like, I think the security guard died. Like, he got grabbed by the clown.
Yeah, the security guard gets grabbed by the clown.
So the girl's like, oh, I'll run for the door. And the old guy's like outside homeless, like looting through a trash can.
Right.
Opens up the door. The clown grabs her. Clown grabs him, everyone's dead. Credits.
The end. Cory?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about first? About film and general filmmaking and
color. Let's talk about color.
Let's talk about color.
Okay. I'm bad about color. Earlier today, like, I showed you some footage I shot that's bad about color. Everything's blue. But that's because I'm bad at filmmaking. And so...
Yep. They weren't just, like, colors. I would like to use the excuse that, like, oh, they use the colors to tell memory scenes.
See, that's what I think. But...
If they did that...
It's bad.
There's other... Or, like, the flashback... Because, like, other ones are, like, shot not in... purple and blue and yellow and other colors.
As soon as they get to, like, the warehouse and they're shooting everything with flashlights, it looks fine. But up until that point, everything's kind of like purple or red and green or red and blue.
It's also some of the laziest filmmaking that you'll ever see at the beginning.
Hey, little girl, what are you doing here?
Yeah, the acting's very soft. Let's be there.
I'm just talking about that scene because, like I said, like every jump scare is pan, something's there, pan is gone.
Yeah, that's a rough scene. But yeah, we're like, talking about the color in this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like talking about the color. Then like we go into like the room after that, and it's blue. Everything's like bluish green. It's like they bought a seafoam green gel and put it over all of their lights.
Pretty much. And then they shot another one where it's all lavender.
Well, it's red and blue and it's mixed to make lavender.
Lighter than that. But yeah, I know what you're meaning. Yeah, it was just a lavender.
The blue was heavier than the red.
It was just a mess and just like I never understood the direction of it. Like I said, I want to guess and I want to say these are their way of saying this happened in the past.
I think,
but they did that with time cards too.
but my thought is that somebody watched South Pacific, the old movie before this, where like every time there's a musical number, like they would just put like a gel in front of the camera and shoot through the gel, so everything was just one color for all of the songs. That's what I think somebody watched that. I was like, oh, we can do that with the movie, but we'll put it on the light, and so that way all the people are that color, but everything's kind of different.
Yeah, there was something going on there. It was, I didn't understand it, but like watching this film, it looks like 4 different movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. It looks like 4 different movies were made at once, and it's because you have that color isolation. Like, the film quality is totally different. This is clearly shot on DSLR.
Yes.
Which I'm not saying anything bad of, because we're shooting off a DSLR right now. But the point is that, like, every level of the... Like, when you watch the... I'm going to call it Act 3, because it's film 3. And
all of the paranormal... Like,
all the paranormal stuff.
So
that
the
is
majority of the movie
shot at a much higher quality level. It's shot much more...
Everything is a lot clearer.
Yeah.
It's not, like, filmmaking wise, it's not a whole lot better, but it is. Like, as the movie progressed, the film quality and the filmmaking got better.
Yeah.
Which we were like, yay! They've been learning.
They learned how to do this. Because, like, there was some rough stuff in there. If we talk about camera shots for a minute, like, one of the big ones that, like, drove me nuts was the circle shot. The upward circle shot.
Oh yeah, that one was insane. Me personally, I love the blocking for all of the camera shots because everything was a line. Everyone would just, we need to all be in this shot, so we're all going to stand in a line, and then I'm going to talk to you.
But to say this movie should be called like Standing in Rooms, whereas the last film we watched was people interjecting themselves into the shot somewhere. Like the director had them say, and if the 4 of you could just stand there.
All we have to do is set up the camera right here, and we don't have to move it.
It's brilliant. Except that's not how it works. But yeah, it's just straight line blocking, or they're in a circle constantly.
Do you know what I wanted in this movie?
What?
A shot reverse shot.
A shot reverse shot.
That's all I wanted. I wanted a camera over someone's shoulder and then a reverse shot of someone talking.
Like an OTS. Yeah, no, that was needed. My favorite part, and I want you to interject it right here in the editing, is I want you to just the entire scene where we said, this is the best shot in the movie.
That went on for 5 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Let's show that right now.
Fred, snap out of it. Where's Bonnie?
Hey, she asked you a question. Where is she? She's gone.
What?
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Well, the question is, where did she go? The fog took her.
Isn't that a beautiful shot?
It's such a good shot. Except it
goes on for 5 minutes.
Yeah. And they do it again in another not necessarily
like,
that
shot.
It's
not the same kind of shot, but they had a great shot of, like...
the one where they kept switching focus back and forth. Yeah.
Which is great. And it's so smooth and seamless that they do it 15 times.
Over and over and over again. It's...
It'd be like if I was like 3 feet closer to the camera right now, and then David would be talking. Then I would be talking and focus on me. Then David would start talking, and then it would focus on him.
Endless. Now, granted, there's a couple of jump cuts between that one with their demon girl.
With the demon girl.
Oh, yeah, with the demon girl. But, like, it's obvious that they're just going back to the same shot.
Yep. Like, they filmed all of it in one shot, so they're just like, oh, well, we're good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I would love a close-up on either of them, interspersed in the middle of that one shot. But nope, we got it in one. Gotta roll.
But, you know, we talk about the camera work in this and so much of the stuff. Like, the special effects in this were amazing, Cory. Let's talk about, like, you know, like when you kept pointing the flashlight at the practical effect of the bucket moving.
So, the entire time that this movie was going on, I thought that Freddy, or whatever his name is, the guy who everyone dies around, I thought he might have been the director, because everything seemed to focus on him.
Yeah.
So there's a shot, like right outside a room where somebody got killed, where he's behind someone and he like moves the flashlight over to this bucket to highlight the bucket. Then he moves back. And he's just like, oh wait, I moved too soon. So he's like, la 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 la. Then he moves back again, and then the bucket falls over.
It's directly, the flashlight is directly on the bucket.
You explain all this. What's up?
There's a presence here with us.
And like for no reason whatsoever. It's
oh, I need to look over here. Oh no,
bucket. Yeah, no, and then there's the whole thing. It's in the exact same scene where he's like, "Why don't you come back here?" And the camera follows the girl, and then he steps perfectly out of frame. It's so weirdly coordinated. Like it would be like if someone was directing a bad play almost, with the worst blocking you could possibly imagine.
Everyone, get into a line.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. We want to talk about a little bit like everyone was the same in this.
Yes.
There's
no characters in this.
Well,
there's people, but there's no characters.
To be fair, there are no female characters in this.
Yes.
Let's be honest here. There are male characters in this, and I'm not saying they're well developed male characters,
okay.
but
I will agree with you.
The male characters in this are more developed than the female characters. There is literally in this 3 dudes who all have various perspectives. You have murder dude, you have reason guy with glasses, and you have guy who constantly accuses Fred of murdering everyone, and then you have 3 girls.
Well, then you have the 4th random guy who just kind of dies.
Yeah, you have the 4th random guy who kind of dies. But seriously, like out of the main group, you have the 3 girls.
They're all the exact
same girl.
They're different people, but none of them are distinct.
No, none of their characters vary.
They're all there just to be murdered, except for the last girl who's there to be murdered last.
She's the final girl in a movie that never sets up a final girl.
Nope.
Yeah, in the least bit. So you never have any indication that there's going to be a final girl.
Nope.
And you actually think the entire time Fred's going to be by himself at the end.
Yep.
Like, I was thinking the end of this thing was going to be Fred being arrested for, like, murder.
See, I thought that too, but then he was like, it's only 6 a.m. I gotta get out of here.
Right.
And so then he ran away. So I thought, well, then we're gonna be left with the security guard as the final person. He's been working here for so long. Obviously, he's gonna be the one to make it.
Yeah. Why he's finishing out this film, I will never understand. Because we spent so much time with the security guard.
Oh yeah, totally.
Whopping.
Well, we get him talking to the kid trying to bone his teacher.
Was that the same one? I want to say there was actually 2 different actors.
See, I think that's the same guy. We'll compare the video footage. But no, it's ridiculous.
There's not enough that can, like, you would have to go through this film and break down every single moment of badness.
It's impossible because it's the whole movie.
The whole movie is a nightmare.
I love it. I love this movie so much.
Cory, you told me a great story about this when you still worked at Family Video.
This was right after the first It, like It Chapter 1 came out in theaters. Mm-hmm. And so I had this like teenage kid show up in the store and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for some clown movies. I like clown movies. I like horror clown movies." And so he was looking at Circus Kane and a couple of other like cheesy clown movies that came out because it came out. Like, this came out, like, at the same time that it hit theaters.
In 2017 is the release date on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, right around that time, like, this kid's like, "Hey, I'm looking for some clown movies." This is the only one that I had seen. And I held it up to him, and, like, as he was checking out, I am the worst employee. I was like, "You don't want this." He's like, "It looks like a good clown movie. Look at the clown on the box. He's terrifying." I'm like, "He never appears in the movie." He's like, "What?" He never appears in the movie. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I do not recommend this to you. get something else.
Oh my
Go
gosh.
pick up 31 by Rob Zombie.
Go pick up anything. I hate clouds. This is no. But for real, this movie is. There's nothing like.
It's gold.
It's gold. Go watch it. Find it. Contact the people of WoW now. Look for it on Amazon.com. I don't care. If you really just want to hate yourself for 80
Or if you want to
minutes.
feel like you can make a movie. That's what this movie makes me do. It makes me feel I can actually make a movie. They made a movie.
They made a movie.
It got distributed.
Anyway.
This is in family
Cory,
video
what's
stores
the
all
next
over
movie?
It's behind you.
Zombie Hamlet.
A comedy of errors.
Hooray.
Starring people.
Actually, people you'll recognize in this one.
Shelley Long and Jason Mewes.
You will recognize people in this.
And other people.
And other people.
So that's next week.
See you next time.
Bye.
It only gets to the number 13. Isn't that weird?